Did you hear that?
I heard that.
What was it?
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah?
A coyote.
There aren't any coyotes in England.
The Hound of the Baskervilles?
Pecos Bill?
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff didn't howl.
No, but he was on the moors.
It's a full moon.
Beware the moon. And stick to the road. Oops.
I vote we go back to the slaughtered lamb.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. We're lost.
Oh, shit, David. What is that?
I don't know. Come on.
Come on, where?
Anywhere. I think we should just keep moving. It's moving.
It's circling us. Oh, fuck.
What's the plan?
Plan?
Let's just keep walking. That's right, a lovely stroll on the moors. Tra-la-la-la-la. Isn't this fun? It's in front of us.
You think it's a dog? Oh, shit. What is it?
Yeah, it's a sheepdog or something. Come on, turn slowly. Let's walk away.
Nice doggy. Good boy.
Come on, Jack. Walk away.
Walking away, yes. Here we are, walking away.
You see anything?
No.
Sounds far away.
Not far enough. Come on.
Jack!
What?
Where are we going?
I don't know. I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay, 'cause... Oh!
You really scared me, you shithead.
You gonna help me up or what? Jack. Jack.
American men take a hike through the countryside of Britain. And they get attacked by some kind of animal. Is it a wolf? And one of them gets killed, and one of them ends up in the hospital. While this American is in the hospital, he gets visions and premonitions that he is going to become a werewolf. So now he has to deal with the threat of becoming a werewolf, mentally recovering from that attack, and a romance that he has with the nurse now. Now, what I appreciated about this movie is that it takes its time to set every single thing up. The characters act like human beings, they have these other situations going on, they're given dialogue to make them feel human. And they're just normal dudes, you know, they're just normal guys doing normal guy stuff. When the movie first starts up, it doesn't really feel like a horror movie, it feels like a John Landis comedy. But when something jumps out of a horror movie, it feels like the most terrifying thing ever. And it's not treated like a comedic thing, it's treated like it's terrifying, which it is. One minute, the characters are talking, acting like friends, having a laugh, and then the next minute, it's just this wolf comes out of nowhere, the camera starts shaking, there's these loud noises. These scenes of terrifying, extreme violence are so effective because of what the characters are. They're normal guys, they're not your traditional dumb horror movie protagonists, they're likable people. And this movie has such a great sense of tragedy. When our protagonist is told that his friend has been killed, his reaction is done in such a way that we totally feel for him. movie essentially puts us in his shoes. It asks us, what would we do if we were turned into a werewolf and we knew that we would turn into this horrible monster that would just murder people? Now, how do we increase this tragedy? We introduce a love interest. So you have this British nurse, she falls in love with our protagonist, and now we have someone else to feel for. And they do a great job at making you believe that these two people could fall in love so fast. Some of it moves a little too fast for my taste, but for the most part you do believe that they are in love. Now, before our protagonist was released from the hospital, he told this doctor that he saw a wolf attack him and his friend. And the doctor just so happened to be on the countryside of Britain, so he decides to go and investigate this wild claim. And this subplot of his investigation into this culture that is trying to cover up the existence of werewolves is super fascinating. Not only is it fascinating, but it also gives us hope that we can stop the werewolf inside of our main character. The way that they build up to the full moon, in which our hero is going to become a werewolf, is so brilliant. It's just this mundane thing where he's walking around his love interest's apartment, and you slowly see all these nervous tics, like he's not getting hungry, he can't do anything, he's freaking out, slowly. And oh my god, the scene where he becomes a werewolf is so disturbing and upsetting, and it looks fantastic. The way that he slowly transforms, the hair grows on his hands and his back, and he just gets bigger and bigger, and he's freaking out. And then he becomes this monster who goes around murdering people super brutally. And before this, he was having visions of his dead friend telling him, dude, you gotta kill yourself before you murder a bunch of people. And now we're starting to see the consequences of him being allowed to live, these horrible murders. And there's this one sequence where the wolf is in the subway station, and there's this guy getting off, and the camera work in that sequence is so amazing. All of these angles, the way the camera moves through the subway, it looks fantastic, and it builds tension. There's something about the fact that you have this monster that is completely unstoppable because it is inside of our hero. It's almost as if he can't win. It adds this intensity to the movie that you don't get in many movies like this. And on top of that, it's this brilliant blending of genres, combining this tone of a John Landis comedy with a horror movie. Our main character is funny, he's charming, we like him, and we like him in a way that we usually wouldn't like a horror movie protagonist. The humorous dialogue between characters, the way they laugh and smile at each other, the fact that it all feels so genuine. That's what makes the horror elements of this movie so terrifying. It's a brilliant mix of genres. This is a unique, well-structured, and extremely effective horror movie that is absolutely different from anything before it. I'm gonna give An American Werewolf in London an A.
I'll get it. Hello?
Alex, have you heard anything?
He's here.
Is he all right? Why didn't you call me? Where was he?
He doesn't remember. He woke up at the zoo.
The zoo? Is he rational?
Yes, he is. He's very excited and confused, but he's not crazy, if that's what you mean.
Have you read the papers today? We listened to the radio or the television?
No, why?
Is David behaving strangely?
No, he's not really. He's rather enthusiastic.
Now, could you get here without any trouble?
Yes, I should think so.
I want you to bring David here straight away. I want him in my care. I'll notify the police that we found him, but it's imperative. You bring him straight to the hospital, you understand?
Yes, Doctor.
Now, you're certain he's lucid. You won't need any help.
No, he's fine. We'll come right over.